Have you ever stopped and asked yourself if the life you've been chasing is the one you wanted? At 77 years old, I've realized that much of what I believed to be true about stability, success, and happiness was built on illusions. We're taught that stability brings peace, and that success brings fulfillment. But as time goes on, we begin to question whether we've been living according to someone else's definition of happiness. In this video, I'm going to take you on a journey of self-reflection, exploring what matters as we age. You might have spent decades working towards what you thought was security, building a career, raising a family, accumulating wealth, only to realize that those things didn't bring the lasting happiness you expected. I'm sharing my realizations about the myths of stability, success, and retirement, and how these illusions may have held me back from truly living. But here's the truth: it's never too late to redefine your life. As you watch this video, you'll discover the powerful truth that happiness is a choice we make every single day. I'll show you why success isn't about money or status, but about the simple moments of joy and connection we often overlook. And if you're ready for a shift in perspective, I'll also talk about how embracing change, especially in your later years, can bring a sense of fulfillment and purpose you might have been missing. Stay tuned until the end, because by the time you're done watching, you'll have a new understanding of what it truly means to live a meaningful life. Whether you're in your 40s or 70s, you'll find insights here that will encourage you to let go of the illusions that have been holding you back and start living authentically, with purpose, joy, and peace. So, if you're ready to uncover the deepest truths about life and discover how to embrace the freedom and fulfillment that comes with letting go of old myths, keep watching. Your journey towards real happiness starts now. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1 is the illusion of stability. For generations, society has fed older men a powerful narrative that the key to a happy, fulfilling life lies in achieving stability. From the moment they were old enough to understand, they were taught that the formula for happiness was simple: secure a steady job, build a family, buy a home, and the rest would fall into place. This path was presented as the ultimate pursuit, one that promised peace, satisfaction, and a life free from worry. It was the epitome of success, the dream that so many of us strive for without ever questioning its validity. And yet, as the years have passed and the reality of aging sets in, many men are waking up to a heartbreaking truth. The life they built, the life they were told would bring them contentment, hasn't necessarily delivered the joy they were promised. In fact, for many, the pursuit of stability has led them down a path that feels empty, predictable, and at times, painfully monotonous. The promises of happiness tied to this supposed stability have unraveled, leaving behind an unsettling sense of dissatisfaction. It's as though the very thing they worked tirelessly to create has, over time, become their prison. Stability, as comforting as it may seem, has its darker side. It can be a double-edged sword. For those who adhered strictly to this vision of life, who built careers, nurtured families, and accumulated material wealth, it can feel as though something vital has been sacrificed. The steady rhythm of work, the comforting predictability of family life, the security they labored so hard to achieve, these things, while undeniably important, can sometimes feel like chains, holding them in place and draining the excitement and passion from their existence. It's easy to find yourself looking back, asking, "Is this all there is? After all this work, why do I still feel a sense of emptiness inside?" When you have spent so many years following a prescribed path, the realization that you are stuck in a cycle of stagnation can be gut-wrenching. The very stability you sought out as a pillar of strength and assurance has transformed into a cage of monotony. The daily grind, the routines, the clockwork rhythm of life, they become burdens rather than blessings. Stability might have brought you calm, yes, but it also brought an overwhelming sense of boredom. As much as you've convinced yourself that this was the way to peace, you can't help but feel that something is missing. The excitement, the unpredictability, the passion. These are the things that make life truly worth living, yet they've been traded away for the illusion of security. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. And here's the heartbreaking reality. Many of us are only realizing now that the most profound joys in life come from moments of spontaneity, risk-taking, and change. The kind of joy that comes from stepping out of your comfort zone, embracing the unknown, from daring to live boldly, is what breathes life back into the soul. We often overlook these truths because society never taught us to seek them. We were taught instead to cling tightly to control, to avoid chaos, and to build a life of predictability and comfort. And now, in our later years, many find themselves wondering whether this pursuit of stability has robbed them of the richness life has to offer. But here's the good news. It's never too late to redefine what stability means. Stability doesn't have to be something rigid, unyielding, and restrictive. In fact, it can be the very thing that allows for growth and exploration, the solid foundation from which you can take risks and experience new adventures. It's time to stop seeing stability as something that confines you and start seeing it as a platform that gives you the freedom to evolve, change, and find new meaning in life. Even in retirement, there is so much potential for joy and fulfillment, and it's waiting for those brave enough to embrace it. We need to shift our perspective and stop living under the illusion that stability equals happiness. The truth is that life's most precious moments are often the unpredictable, spontaneous ones. The moments that challenge us, stretch us, and make us feel alive. There is still so much to discover, so much to experience, and so much joy to be had. It's never too late to start living for what truly matters. The time to embrace change and find a new purpose is now. 2. The myth of success. From a very young age, many older men were shaped by an ideal, the myth of success, that was deeply ingrained in their minds. Society, with all its pressures and expectations, told them that success was all about achieving wealth and status and amassing material possessions. They were urged to climb the corporate ladder, earn more money, and constantly buy bigger and better things as if this was the ultimate measure of a life well lived. Every step they took seemed to be aimed at fulfilling this vision of success, as if accumulating wealth and achievements would somehow make them complete. This idea wasn't just something they were told, it became their truth, the single goal they were convinced would validate their existence. But now, after decades of tireless striving, many are waking up to a painful but undeniable realization. True success is not found in material possessions or social standing. Looking back on those years, the harsh truth emerges. The fleeting thrill they felt after buying a new car or earning a promotion soon faded, like the flash of fireworks that quickly disappeared into the night sky. In the quiet moments of reflection, they come to understand that genuine happiness never comes from the things they acquired or the titles they earned. Instead, it was those simple, often overlooked moments, sitting down to dinner with a loved one, sharing a heartfelt conversation, experiencing laughter with friends, that truly nurtured their souls. Yet, so much of this joy was sacrificed in the relentless pursuit of more, driven by an external measure of success that was never truly theirs to begin with. The question now gnaws at their hearts. How many precious years were wasted, consumed by the need to impress others, to meet societal expectations that never aligned with their desires or values? This realization is a sobering one, and it stings. For many older men, it's a painful wake-up call to the fact that in their frantic chase after external success, they may have missed out on the most meaningful parts of life: inner peace, emotional fulfillment, and most importantly, authentic relationships. To understand that success is not about wealth, power, or accolades, but about the warmth of connection, peace of mind, and genuine joy, can be nothing short of liberating. It feels like a deep exhale, a chance to redefine what success truly means. For the first time, they may feel the possibility of a new kind of success, one that centers on their personal happiness and emotional well-being, not on the standards imposed by a society that often values the wrong things. As they enter the next chapter of life, retirement, a new perspective on success becomes even more critical. Retirement was always sold as the ultimate reward, a long-awaited time to finally kick back, relax, and enjoy the fruits of their labor after decades of hard work. The promise was clear. In retirement, they would find freedom, peace, and leisure. They imagined carefree afternoons filled with hobbies, reading, traveling, or simply doing nothing, just living without the pressure of work. They looked forward to it with a kind of hopeful excitement, believing this would be the moment when life truly began. But when retirement finally comes, it often brings with it a harsh, unexpected reality. The dream of endless days of leisure can quickly begin to feel like a mirage. The freedom that seemed so appealing, the opportunity to finally do as they please, starts to feel overwhelming in the absence of a daily routine. Without the structure that works once provided, many retirees find themselves adrift, lost in the vast expanse of unstructured time. That sense of purpose, so deeply tied to their careers, vanishes, and with it, the sense of identity that was built on work. The joy of free time fades when there is nothing meaningful to fill it. The question soon shifts from "what now?" to a deeper, more unsettling question: who am I without my job? This is a painful truth that many retirees are forced to face, especially in a world that paints retirement as the golden age of life. The image of relaxation and fulfillment can quickly fade into feelings of emptiness, boredom, and isolation. The social connections that were once found in the workplace disappear, and for some, the loneliness sets in. The feelings of depression and uncertainty that follow are often overlooked in the narrative of retirement as a time of carefree enjoyment. But for many, it's a struggle to find new meaning, to build a new sense of self in a phase of life that was supposed to be about freedom, not loss. In all this, there is a lesson. The myth of success, chasing external validation through wealth, status, and possessions, often leaves a void. True fulfillment lies not in what we have or how others see us, but in the quality of our relationships, the peace we find within ourselves, and the joy we experience in the simple, everyday moments. For many older men, this realization comes too late. But perhaps it's not too late to embrace a different kind of success, one that nurtures the soul and cherishes the things that truly matter. Retirement, contrary to popular belief, does not automatically usher in happiness. This phase of life, often romanticized as a time of rest and joy, doesn't magically fill the void left by years of hard work and ambition. Just like during their working years, older individuals must actively seek fulfillment and a sense of purpose. The same relentless drive that was once poured into advancing a career must now be redirected into the pursuit of a meaningful life beyond the office. Retirement is not an end, but rather a new chapter, where the effort to create something fulfilling should be just as strong as it was when they were climbing the corporate ladder. For many older men, the key to thriving in retirement lies not in the absence of work, but in the discovery of a new purpose. This is often achieved through volunteer work, picking up new hobbies, exploring uncharted interests, or fostering deeper connections with family and friends. These new pursuits can become the bedrock of a life that, while no longer structured around the demands of a job, is filled with activities that bring joy, satisfaction, and a sense of contribution. By engaging in meaningful activities, older men can fill the void that their work once occupied, providing the structure and emotional reward that may have been lost in this transition. In truth, the definition of success and joy must be completely reinvented after retirement. It's no longer about external achievements, job titles, or salary increases. It's about the quiet, personal fulfillment that comes from within, achieved not through accolades, but through the deep satisfaction of simply living a life true to oneself. This fulfillment, when found, can be profound, changing the way we view life itself. Happiness, contrary to what many may believe, does not arrive when the workday ends or when retirement begins. Happiness is something that must be actively cultivated day by day. The transition into retirement doesn't signify the end of a purposeful existence, but instead offers a beautiful opportunity to redefine what it truly means to lead a fulfilling life. Retirement, in essence, is not about slowing down. It's about embracing a new way of living. The essential truth, then, is that happiness is not some destination, nor is it something bestowed upon us once we achieve certain goals or milestones. It is a choice, one that must be made consciously every day, no matter the age or stage of life. As many older men look back on their lives, they come to a powerful realization. Happiness is not an end goal. It cannot be obtained by reaching certain accomplishments or ticking off a list of life events. It's not about financial stability or hitting retirement age. Many discover this truth only as they grow older. After years spent chasing external symbols of success, they find that true happiness still eludes them. They spent so many years believing that happiness would come once they secured a promotion, bought a house, or built a family. But after achieving all of these, they are often faced with the stark realization that fulfillment is not guaranteed by these things. The key, then, lies in recognizing that happiness is not tied to what we own or the events that mark our lives. It resides in the here and now, in the present moment, in the small, often overlooked joys of life. A quiet walk in nature, a warm conversation with a loved one, or the simple pleasure of sipping a cup of coffee in the morning. All of these moments are filled with the potential for joy. Choosing happiness means shifting the focus from what is missing or what might come in the future to what is already here. It's about embracing the beauty of simplicity and learning to appreciate the life we already have, rather than waiting for something external to change. For many older men, this shift in mindset brings an unparalleled peace, one that is unwavering and serene. It's a peace that no amount of professional success, material wealth, or societal recognition can ever provide. When happiness is rooted in the present and comes from within, it cannot be taken away. It's a peace that grows stronger as the years pass. The pursuit of happiness, then, becomes not a quest for external validation, but a deeply personal and emotional journey of embracing the ordinary, the simple, and the beautiful moments that make life truly rich. By learning to savor the present moment, older individuals can rediscover the pure, untainted joy that resides in the simplest everyday experiences. This joy, often overlooked in the rush and chaos of earlier life, becomes more accessible as they embrace the now. It's a reminder that the very essence of happiness doesn't always lie in grand achievements or future dreams, but in the small, quiet moments that surround us daily. In a world where we are constantly driven by deadlines, expectations, and the pressures of success, it's easy to lose sight of the beauty in the little things. Yet, as we grow older, there is a profound opportunity to reclaim that joy, to savor every sunrise, every laugh, every shared cup of tea. This new way of looking at life offers a pathway to a deeper, more meaningful existence, one that is not confined by age or the circumstances of the past. It teaches us that it is never too late to begin making happiness a daily choice. The later years of life may hold the greatest potential for cultivating joy in the most unexpected places. Many older men, once burdened by the weight of societal expectations, now find themselves better equipped to embrace life's fleeting moments, step into the unknown, and welcome the beauty of simple pleasures. As they begin to embrace this mindset, they prepare themselves to face another inevitable part of life: change. The fear of change is a powerful force, and it's something that has been ingrained in many, especially older men. For years, they were taught that stability was the pinnacle of success and happiness, that change was something to fear, to avoid. Comfort and routine were synonymous with security, and for many, stepping outside of this circle felt like a threat to their well-being. For decades, they were conditioned to stay in the same job, live in the same neighborhood, and maintain the same daily patterns. Yet, as the years pass and the rush of life slows down, many begin to recognize a sobering truth. Resisting change leads to stagnation, while embracing it opens the door to growth, fulfillment, and new possibilities. It's natural to fear change, especially in later years, when the thought of starting over seems daunting, even unnecessary. There's a pervasive sense that changing direction now might be too risky, too late, or too disruptive. However, upon reflecting on their past, many older men come to realize that some of their most meaningful and transformative experiences stemmed from embracing change, whether it was switching careers, picking up a new hobby, or making a bold decision that shifted their entire trajectory. These moments of change, though often uncomfortable at the time, were the ones that propelled them forward, that sparked their growth and personal evolution. Change, though it may stir up fear, is the force that keeps life dynamic and full of surprises. Without it, life becomes monotonous and predictable. It is in the unpredictability of change that life finds its depth, its adventure. For many elderly individuals, the key to overcoming this fear is understanding that growth is not limited by age. The most rewarding and fulfilling moments often come after retirement or in the later stages of life. Learning something new, traveling to unfamiliar places, or even starting new relationships can reignite a sense of purpose and excitement that might have been dormant for years. Embracing change, rather than resisting it, can infuse life with a renewed sense of vigor and possibility. The beauty of later life is that it offers the space to reinvent oneself, to shed old skin, to try new things, and to take risks without the pressure of proving anything to anyone. For older men, it is crucial to realize that change is not something to be feared but an opportunity to thrive. Letting go of the constant need for stability and predictability can open up new avenues for exploration and joy. By embracing the unknown, they make room for unexpected opportunities that might just lead them to the most fulfilling chapters of their lives. As they reflect on what truly matters, they begin to understand that their legacy is not defined by what they have accumulated over the years, be it possessions, titles, or accolades, but by the impact they have had on the people they've touched. The relationships they've nurtured, the kindness they've extended, and the joy they've shared with others will be the true measures of a life well lived. 3. Legacy. Beyond material success. As time passes and the years accumulate, many older men begin to look at their lives through a new lens, one that challenges the conventional definition of legacy. For so long, society taught them that legacy was all about what you could leave behind in the form of wealth, property, or a thriving business. They were conditioned to believe that their worth would be measured by the tangible success they amassed: money, assets, and accomplishments. But as the days go by, and as they age with wisdom and introspection, they come to a profound realization. The true legacy they leave behind has little to do with material wealth. The most meaningful legacy is one that transcends any physical possession. It is the love they gave, the kindness they spread, and the deep, lasting connections they formed with those around them. Material success is fleeting. Wealth can be spent, properties sold, and businesses eventually fade away. The things they worked so hard to accumulate may be lost or forgotten with time. But the way they impacted the lives of others, that's a legacy that endures, often far longer than any wealth ever could. It's in the laughter shared with loved ones, the gentle words of encouragement offered in times of struggle, the moments of kindness that ripple out and create waves of positivity in the world. Those moments of connection, those precious exchanges of emotional support, will remain in the hearts of others long after material possessions have vanished. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now, many older men find themselves waking up to the fact that their true legacy lies not in what they've earned or accumulated, but in the relationships they've nurtured, the love they've shown, and the time they've invested in family, friends, and community. These are the things that truly matter. These are the things people remember, long after the money has been spent or the house has been sold. It is the shared moments, the lessons imparted, and the emotional bonds that shape the fabric of their lives. This realization brings an overwhelming sense of peace and clarity. It's a shift in perspective so powerful that it changes everything. The pursuit of external success, the relentless chase after wealth and recognition, seems trivial in comparison to the deeper, more fulfilling pursuits of cultivating love, kindness, and meaningful relationships. This transformation is not just a shift in thinking, but a radical shift in how one experiences life. Once older men realize that their true legacy is in the people they've touched, they begin to direct their energy into activities that truly matter. Whether it's mentoring the younger generation, volunteering to make a difference in their communities, or simply being a presence of love and support for their families and friends, they start to understand that these are the things that will last. They no longer measure their worth by external success, but by the love and connection they foster every day. With this realization comes a deep sense of peace, one that can only be found when you accept that your worth is not defined by what you have, but by the lives you've touched. Knowing that the most valuable thing they can leave behind is not a bank account balance, but the love they've shared and the support they've given brings a sense of fulfillment that is far beyond any material accomplishment. The most profound legacy is one of kindness, of being there for others, of living a life that positively impacts those around you. So, as you sit and reflect on these truths, ask yourself, how will you live the rest of your life? Will you continue to chase the superficial illusions that society has ingrained in you about success? Or will you redefine what truly brings happiness and fulfillment? Remember, friends, the power to shape your life is in your hands. Happiness is not some far-off goal to be reached after years of chasing dreams. It is something you can cultivate right now, today, in the small, everyday moments, through your choices, your actions, and, most importantly, the relationships you nurture. Life isn't just about achieving. It's about connecting, sharing, and leaving behind a legacy that speaks to the heart, not the wallet. Fourth, the false belief in perfection, a reflection of older men. As we journey through life, we are constantly bombarded with messages that promote the idea of perfection. Society tells us that the ultimate goal is to have a flawless career, perfect relationships, and an idealized body. Everywhere we turn, through advertisements, social media, and even the people around us, we are conditioned to believe that if we achieve perfection, we will find fulfillment, happiness, and approval. But the truth, as many older individuals eventually realize, is that this pursuit of perfection is not only elusive but can also be destructive. It drains us of joy, fills us with self-doubt, and prevents us from fully embracing life as it is, with all its beautiful imperfections. For so many, this illusion of perfection begins early in life. In our youth, the world feels like a pressure cooker, with societal expectations pressing down on us from all sides. We are told that to be successful, we must have the perfect career, the perfect relationship, and the perfect body. The belief in perfection is constantly reinforced by the media, by the people we admire, and even by our inner voice telling us we are not enough unless we measure up. We are taught to chase after these ideals with everything we've got, convinced that once we achieve them, we will find happiness and fulfillment. But the years pass, and reality hits. We face setbacks, disappointments, and challenges we never anticipated. And with each failure, the dream of perfection fades further away. Slowly, but surely, we come to understand the painful truth. Perfection is not something to be attained, no matter how hard we try. For many older men, when they look back at their younger years, they are often filled with a sense of regret for having wasted so much time in the futile pursuit of perfection. For example, they might realize they spent decades chasing the perfect job title or salary, thinking that achieving these milestones would grant them the happiness and satisfaction they were longing for. Yet, in the end, these professional successes didn't provide the fulfillment they had hoped for. Instead, the constant drive for success left them exhausted, burned out, and disconnected from the things that truly matter: family, friendships, and personal joy. The pressure to meet the ever-growing expectations of society robbed them of peace and contentment. And when they look back now, it's clear that those long hours at the office, those endless sacrifices, weren't worth the price they paid. Equally, many older men find themselves reflecting on the idealized notion of perfect relationships they once clung to in their younger years. Society taught us that a perfect family, a perfect marriage, and a flawless social life were the keys to happiness. We often believed that if we could just maintain this picture-perfect image, all our problems would disappear. But as we age, we realize that relationships are not about perfection. No relationship, whether with a partner, a child, or a close friend, is ever without its struggles. The ideal of the perfect relationship is a myth, a fairy tale that only leads to disappointment and heartache. True relationships are built on acceptance, patience, and understanding. They are forged through weathering the storms together and learning to embrace each other's flaws, imperfections, and differences. The older we get, the more we come to appreciate the richness of these authentic connections. It's in letting go of the myth of perfection that we begin to experience real, deep, and fulfilling relationships. Perhaps the most pervasive and painful reflection for many older men is the false belief that their worth is tied to their appearance. Society places a high value on youth, beauty, and physical perfection, and for years, many men have internalized this message. There was a time when they thought they had to look a certain way, whether it was maintaining a lean physique, having a chiseled jawline, or staying wrinkle-free, to be considered valuable or attractive. They felt the pressure to look perfect, to be accepted and loved. But with age comes wisdom, and with wisdom comes the realization that these physical changes are not something to fear or hide. Aging is a natural part of life, a beautiful, inevitable process that should be embraced, not fought against. Our bodies, with all their marks of time, tell the story of our lives, our resilience, and our strength. Accepting our bodies as they are, with all their imperfections, is an act of liberation. It frees us from the suffocating grip of society's standards and allows us to appreciate the journey we've been on and the lives we've lived. As we grow older, we begin to see that the pursuit of perfection is not only exhausting but also a betrayal of ourselves. We waste so much of our precious time chasing an ideal that was never ours to begin with. The false belief in perfection keeps us from truly living, from experiencing the fullness of life's joys and struggles. Letting go of this belief doesn't mean giving up on growth or self-improvement. It means accepting that perfection isn't the goal. The goal is to live authentically, to embrace ourselves as we are, and to find peace in the messy, beautiful reality of life. Perfection is a lie. It's the love we give, the people we cherish, and the way we accept ourselves that make life truly meaningful. The misguided belief in perfection can often steal away the joy that older individuals should experience in their later years. For far too long, many have chased an illusion, the unattainable ideal of perfection, that only serves to rob them of the true beauty of life. The truth is, life is not about meeting some impossible standard or striving for a flawless existence. It's about the journey of growth, the continuous process of learning, and embracing the inherent beauty that lies in those moments that aren't polished or perfect. The messy, the broken, the imperfect. These are the moments that make life richer, deeper, and ultimately more meaningful. For many older individuals, as they look back on their lives, they are often filled with pride not for their achievements, but for their mistakes. Those failures, the wrong turns, and the scars of life, they are not signs of inadequacy but of resilience, of lessons learned, of growth. It's the very imperfections they've lived with that have shaped them into who they are today. Embracing these imperfections doesn't mean settling for mediocrity. It means accepting the fullness of life as it is. It means freeing oneself from the suffocating pressure of constantly comparing ourselves to an unrealistic standard. When they let go of this exhausting struggle, they find the space to focus on what truly matters: authenticity, meaningful connections, and a deep sense of satisfaction. It's a form of liberation that only comes when one stops chasing something that was never truly theirs to begin with. As individuals enter their later years, they often find themselves becoming more self-assured and less concerned with the opinions of others. The false belief in perfection, something that once felt like a constant weight on their shoulders, begins to lose its grip. There is an undeniable sense of freedom that comes with this release. With age comes clarity. And with clarity comes the ability to appreciate the wisdom and beauty that life has to offer, imperfections and all. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Instead of endlessly chasing ideals that are, at best, fleeting and at worst, impossible, older individuals start to embrace what is real, the raw, imperfect, and incredibly beautiful aspects of themselves and the world around them. They understand that perfection is not a destination, but rather an illusion, an unattainable goal that, if chased too long, only hinders their ability to truly live. Letting go of this illusion opens them up to a life of peace and fulfillment because they realize they are enough, just as they are. Looking back on my own 77 years of life, I've come to see the truth that, at the time, I couldn't fully grasp. So much of what I once believed to be the ultimate goal, success, stability, perfection, was nothing more than a mirage, a construct we chase in our youth because we are told to. We've spent our lives attempting to meet expectations, trying to fit into molds that others have cast for us, hoping to attain some idealized version of happiness. But as the years have passed, the wisdom that comes with age has illuminated a clearer path. Life, in its rawest and most beautiful form, is not about achieving perfection or living up to an external standard. It is about accepting ourselves, imperfections, flaws, and all, and embracing the authenticity of who we are. If there's one profound truth I've learned, it's that peace doesn't come from chasing ideals or living up to others' expectations. It comes from the acceptance of the reality that life is messy, unpredictable, and wonderfully imperfect. Reflecting on these 77 years, I now realize that much of my life was shaped by illusions. Dreams of success, stability, and the false notion that happiness could be found in perfection. These ideals once seemed like immovable pillars, guiding my choices, my values, and my ambitions. But now, with the perspective that only age can bring, I see that true fulfillment doesn't come from the pursuit of those illusions. It comes from embracing life's simple truths, the beauty that exists in the present moment, and the deep, meaningful connections we cultivate along the way. In the end, it's not the perfection we've been taught to chase that brings us peace. It's the acceptance of the beautiful, messy, and unpredictable journey that life truly is. As we come to the end of this reflection, I want you to take a moment to think about everything we've discussed today. What have you learned so far? How does it resonate with your journey? Life is full of lessons, and it's in embracing the imperfections and the messy moments that we truly grow and find peace. I invite you to share one thing you've learned from this video, one insight that you plan to bring into your own life. Comment below and let us know how you're going to start living more authentically, without the pressure of perfection. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more meaningful content. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.